Hi everybody, it's me, Dr. Q, the one and only life coach for people with pets, also veterinarian and professional animal trainer, here today to talk to you about clicker training horses, or in this case donkeys. I want to demonstrate what clicker training looks like. And so what you're going to want to do is have a clicker and some treats and just make a game of it. Now of course he is trained and has practiced this before, and he thinks that's pretty fun. And so we're gonna talk in a minute about how to get started with this behavior, but mostly I just wanted to give you a demonstration of what it looks like, ooh, over here, so that you can see, touch it. Good boy. So you can see how I can move this animal's body all around in circles and direct his head either up or down, depending on what's going on. Here, let's see. I don't know if you can see right here. Let's see if we can get him to bring his head nice and low. Good. And so I waited until he actually touched it. Good boy. But so that's a very simple exercise that you can do, and I trust him very much, so I don't have to worry, but I'm still going to pat him here so he knows I'm behind him, to play games and start up a whole conversation with your animals. Next, we're going to show you exactly how to get started with an animal that's absolutely never been exposed, good boy, to the clicker or target training. So on that note, we'll bring in the next one. Okay everyone, so we're back talking about clicker training horses. Now this is Blaze, our brand new rescue. She hasn't even been here a week, so she doesn't know anything about the clicker noise. She's never been really fed treats by hand. She really wants to roll right now. So the girl, but she turned around and looked at me. So I'm gonna reward that, because what I want her to do is, in this loose space, I really want her to be interested in me, not in wandering around the room. I wanna know that she enjoys being with me, that she likes being with me, that she finds me pleasurable to hang around with and be friends with. And as you can tell, the click is startling her just a little bit. I don't want her to eat that grain off the ground because I don't want her to, good girl. So now she's getting a little bit pushy as far as in my safety circle, in my personal space, as we would say. So I'm not gonna give more food. But I am going to go ahead and use this opportunity to pet her, touch her all around the eyes. Now again, this is a horse I have never done this with before. We don't really know anything about how she's been handled in the past, anything like that. We're here building a relationship with her. I like it for her to come with me. Good. And then when she's here close to me, I'm going to just really pet her ears, see what she likes, touch her eyes, touch her mouth, and always going to reward her, stop her from eating that grain that's dropping on the ground. That's why sometimes it's a good idea to use something like an alfalfa cube rather than grain. Will you come with me? Will you come with me? Very good. Very good. So that you don't have grain that's dropping on the ground. Eventually, when she's comfortable, she'll understand that the click means good job, and that's all the click means. So a lot of times people incorrectly think that clicker training is some kind of a signal to do a behavior, and it's actually not. The only signal it is good. So it gives us sort of a Morse code yes, no way to communicate with horses, meaning that click means yes, I like it, I love it. So she's already learning right now, live on this video, how to come when I motion her with my hand like this. Good girl. So she's staying nice and soft. She's not trying to crowd me. If she was, good girl, I would not be giving her as much food. If she was, I would just do more of this kind of stuff. And again, she's kind of a little, so her head's high, she's real close to me. So I'm gonna create a little bit of space, because I don't know her. We're strangers, right? She doesn't know me, I don't know her. And so we need to sort of have a first date and get to know each other a little bit, right? And see how high her head is. We always talk about how the head should be below the level of the shoulder in order to be a safe horse. Now her head's coming down, and her head is below the level of the shoulder, therefore she's safe. I'm going to click, tell her she's a good girl. No food this time though, because she's crowding me just a little bit more than I like. And that should give you a little bit of an idea how that gets started. So you want to have a clicker, you want to have some kind of a reward. If they get too much into your space, then you need to touch their ears, touch their face, touch their lips. Good girl. What you want is a nice soft eye, gently coming in, asking gently for permission to come into you. Again, I did not give her food because she came close to me, but her nose was still pretty high and I didn't feel particularly like she was safe to be that close to my person. See how she's kind of coming on a little bit much. And I'm not asking her to with that hand motion. So now I'm just gonna, oh, she didn't like that. But see, I didn't like what she was doing, so now is the opportunity for me to kind of push back into her a little bit, and she didn't like that either. So that's fine. We are learning boundaries with each other. She is learning that if she gets a little bit too pushy with me, is trying to get the grain, that's when I'm going to do the uncomfortable things that she might not like pick boogers out of her eyes, or check the inside of her ears to make sure there's no bugs in there. That's an important thing that we need to do, especially as spring is ramping up. If she's ignoring me and acting anxious and looking around, I'm gonna try to bring her back because again, this is a training session between her and I. Of course, I'm talking to you, so I'm not paying as much attention to her as I would be if I wasn't teaching at the same time. So I'm gonna try to one more time to see if I can get her to come over to me in place. I'm going to be ready with my clicker right here to catch her, to let her know good job the second she turns around and looks at me. Hey, baby girl. Hey, come here. Want to come here? Good girl. Good girl. And so that was definitely a half-hearted sort of interest in me. And so again, this is not a safe horse at this time, but emotionally, she's not interested in me. Good girl. And see how high her head is, her nose is here, her shoulder is here. I want that bottom of her nose to always be down below there. And on that, now I'm finally getting it. Down low, but she is popping up. So I'm gonna wait until she softens a little bit and isn't quite so pushy. So I don't like that, so I'm gonna walk away. I want her to come up to me like a soft, cuddly golden retriever, okay? That's what I'm looking for. So on that note, that's enough for today, and we'll bring you another episode next time. On that note, I'm Dr. Q, here to help you have the most amazing relationship with animals that you ever thought possible, watching my back. And tune in next time and follow along and see how Blaze progresses and gets to where she can be like Donkey and starts to target. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.